know how important you are, Josh? I just have to ask.
That's stupid, man. Come on.
I'm asking you, I'm being sincere. Do
I
you know
appreciate
how
you.
important you are to us all?
That means a lot coming from you, man. I just, I'm privileged to do what I do. I know you feel the same way about what you do. We're
You're
lucky
so
guys.
great. You're so great, man. And I know you wake up and you do this every day, but I just need you to know, man, I really love your energy. And I don't think anybody can question your success at this point because you do what it is that you do. You have a very special gift in connectivity. But the reason that we all keep coming back is because we all feel safe talking to you. And that's a gift, man, because you know a lot of journalists who have done this and they came and they went and you're still here.
Prepare your ears, humans. Happy, sad, confused begins now.
I'm Josh Horowitz, and today on Happy, Sad, Confused, Tyrese Gibson is here. I've known this guy a while, and there is nobody like him. He sold millions of albums. His movies have sold billions of dollars. Transformers, The Fast Saga. I don't know what he's going to say, and that's really why he's here today. Well, that in his latest film, 1992. He's back to his dramatic roots here, and I'm thrilled it's brought him on Happy, Sad, Confused, the podcast officially for the first time. Welcome, buddy.
Thank you for having me, man. I love you, bro. That's it.
I love you.
To all of the viewers of this podcast, I'm hoping that I can talk Josh into airing the love and the energy and the flowers that I just gave him before we officially started, because I'm almost sure that everyone who has been supporting you and following you in your journey feels the same way I do. Just for whatever reason, people just come on here, do their interviews, use you for your fan base and your following, and just move on and act as if they don't notice how special you are. So please include that piece of me giving you your flowers. I don't want to repeat it because
No.
it's not genuine if you repeat it, but I want that to be included. And if that makes you comfortable, then I've done my job because it's flowers and you deserve it. So anyway, I love you, man. That's all I got to say.
I appreciate you, buddy. And it's so fun to go along the journey with folks like you that keep pushing themselves and reiterating. And here we are, 1992. I'm glad this is the conversation we're having. I mean, I always love obviously talking to you about the Fast films and Transformers and all that. But I mean what I say, and I wonder if you feel the same way. This does feel like a little bit of a return to the early acting. I mean, it's a smaller film. It's a personal film. It's based on some true events in the background. Give me a sense of why this one resonates with you.
I'm at this point, I'm trying to figure out who's going to cry first. So, truth is, I can't stop thinking about John Singleton. Right. And so
this is a film Singleton could have directed. Let's be real. This is totally Singleton.
Singleton, this is his world. He is the Scorsese of New York, like the voice, the backdrop, the energy. He is the Spike Lee of New Jack City, of South Central LA. Like, come on, you got the Hughes brothers who jumped out there first with Menace to Society. And then shortly thereafter, we're looking at Boys in the Hood. So they have literally, and then there's F. Gary Gray, right? The legend, right? And then now we getting into our guy, Training Day, Mr. Training Day himself.
Antoine Fuqua, of course, yeah.
Fuqua, the legend. So there's certain Black filmmakers that are from this very, very Black and urban world of Black and brown people, and they represent the true authentic voice of the things that take place in these environments. I was born and raised in Watts. I am not an implant. I'm not a plant. I was born at Martin Luther King Hospital. Google the address. Okay. I was born in Martin Luther King Hospital in 78. Dr. Martin Luther King in 1965 was physically in Watts, literally sent to Watts from the president of the United States at the time to calm the riots and the looting down from the Watts riots. So I'm born and raised into a pressure cooker of fire and rebellion and tension between white and black and racism and excessive force and murder and the conflict between blacks and the Asian community because of what happened to, Latanya Hart, what's slipping her name is slipping. The Asian woman who shot the innocent girl in the store and then she got off with not guilty. Her name is slipping my head right now. I just woke up. But anyway, rest in peace to that little girl who still impacts us to this day, because that is our story. Like, how do you say that you were born? And I'm not trying to get all deep, and I don't have a racist bone in my body. I want to make sure everyone knows that. I'm just unpacking real stories and real topics. Like, if you were born and raised in the same city, state of Emmett Till, it does not matter that that happened 40 years ago, 35, whatever it was. Emmett Till still, he speaks.
It's in the DNA of that community. It lingers. It is.
Trayvon Martin still impacts us to this day. Rodney King and that beating happened in my backyard. It does not matter that it happened 30 plus years ago. It does not matter, right? Like, when I think about the fact that my daughter is Jewish, the Jewish community is still impacted and heavily affected by the Holocaust. It does not matter how long ago it was. Don't downplay my traumas. Don't downplay the traumas and the impact of the things that have directly affected my people and my culture. Yeah. This is why the gay community is still fighting the good fight that they're fighting for the things that they love and believe in, that they represent every day. Love who you love. The fight never stops. I wake up every single day in this skin, sir.
And I can imagine, to give the folks some context, so of course the name of the film is 92. It all takes place night of the verdicts, Rodney King, and this is a story of fathers and sons. So and
if you look at the date on my shirt, April 29th, 1992 is the day that the not guilty verdict came in for all of the white police officers. The trial was supposed to happen in downtown LA, where there was more diversity. They moved the trial to figure out what these officers either did or didn't do. They're trying to make us believe that we didn't see what we see, and they try to make us believe to this day that we don't feel what we felt and continue to feel from looking at the footage of what they did to Rodney King. I mean, they killed this man 6 times, and some way he kept coming back alive, and they killed him again. It was horrific. And someone just rolled out of bed, grabbed their big old video camera and filmed something that still impacts us to this day. Now, keep in mind, Josh, because we got a bunch of millennials that was born in the 2000s, there was no cameras on every corner. There was no cameras on cell phones in 92. I was living in Watts. I was in the riots. I was out there looting. I was out there protesting. I was scared for my life. I was born and raised at Martin Luther King Hospital. The last time anything that big and impactful had ever taken place was in 65. And they said to the Al Sharpton or the attorney Benjamin Crump at the time, please go in there and get your people to calm down because they're burning down everything because they're fed up. And we're going to have to use a black person to go calm black people down. So they sent Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And if you look at the footage online, 1965 Watts riots, Martin Luther King, you're going to see him in churches, in bars, in clubs, trying to, hey, guys, we shouldn't be doing this to our own people, not own. At the end, whatever he was saying, they literally said, Dr. King, we know it's still racist. We know we've been killing and brutalizing the black people and brown people in the community, but can you please go in there and calm them down because they're finally fed up and they're showing it, and now we want to use a black person to calm down black people. That's what happened. I'm so sorry if anybody is mad about this. These are factual facts.
We're not in an age where we're embracing facts, even if it's on video. It's still somehow we can deny the truth.
Yeah.
What I'm curious about from your perspective, man, and look, you have this lived experiences that you're talking about. Like, you're performing some scenes here that I can't imagine don't call upon your own experiences. You're with your son in a car, you're pulled over by a cop, you have a gun to your head in a convenience store. I mean, like, do those conjure up memories when you're in those moments shooting these kind of scenes?
Well, John Singleton said the greatest actors in the world are not actors. It's acting versus reacting, right? So if you're an actor, then someone will say, here's the world, here's the dialogue, this is what you're wearing, and this is what you're doing. And then do your best to make us believe that you've actually seen this, lived this, experienced this, dated this person, lived in this country, was a part of these worlds and these politics. That's acting.
Right.
Because I have nothing to do with this thing that I'm doing, but I got to make you believe that I've done this for real and keep your attention for 2 hours. I lived the Watts riots. I lived George Floyd. I lived Trayvon Martin, Eric Garner, Breonna Taylor. I lived these things, sir. It's real for me. It's where I'm from. Okay. I'm the guy that was on WIC vouchers, county checks, food stamps, government cheese. I'm the guy that was living at the bottom of the bottom. And then I'm waking up every day in this skin and feeling like my life is on high alert every single day. There's no cripping in me. There's no blood. There's no gangster. I'm not selling weed and dope. I'm not setting myself up to be killed. But sadly, when you live in the ghetto and you live in the hood, you're not doing funerals for people who decided to participate in bad shit. You're doing funerals with people who wake up every single day. They love Jesus. They're in this environment because they can't afford to be anywhere else, but they're just at the bus stop on their way home trying to take care of their kids from a job, and then a drive-by happens. And now you're all of a sudden trying to do a fundraiser for a funeral because they didn't have insurance in place because this good person didn't plan on dying anytime soon. So that's where I'm from. Snoop Dogg was in the loop, was in the riots.
And
right?
now an EP on this came back around, right?
He's like, I mean, come on. Imagine him not being a part of 1992 when the original Chronic album came out in 92, which introduced Snoop and Dre to the world on the level that they took it to, right? So Deep Cover and all these other songs, they get a couple pieces, but 1, 2, 3, and to the 4. That happened in 1992. So now let's think of this through the lens of Snoop and Dre. Holy shit, we're releasing this album, and now the whole world is focused on the verdict for Rodney King, the same year that we're supposed to be really putting, the West Coast on the map. Yeah. There was a hard pivot. So we sorry, Dr. Dre and Snoop, we love you, man. This album is crazy, but the whole hood is on fire. The whole hood got ashes, military, tanks, dogs, the Asian community on top of the roofs with shotguns and guns, people breaking in stores, people that aren't even thieves. It's like, we finna steal, fuck this. Okay? Okay, so now, fast forward. Look at God. Where did Ariel Roman come from? Bro, I'm sorry. You're Israeli from Israel. You're the furthest thing from anything that's got to do with South Central LA. But oh my God, what just happened to my life? Ariel Roman. Where did you come from, sir? And how did you do this? The running joke with Ariel, and he's probably going to laugh that I'm even sharing this with you, but Josh, I love you. And I said, Ariel, let me tell you something. He's like, okay, he's got broken English. I love him. So I said, Ariel, do you understand that when this movie goes off and you come walk from behind the curtains, people's heads are going to fucking explode? I'm like, huh? First of all, not only are you not one of us from the ghetto, from the hood, from South Central, but you have the most obvious name. Like, bro, you might as well come out and say, hi, my name is Decepticon. Like,
for the record, he's been on my radar a while. I remember liking the Iceman, a movie he did like over a decade ago. So when his name popped up, I'm like, oh yeah, that guy. Quality director, quality filmmaker.
Ariel Roman directed The Iceman with Ray Liotta and a whole cast of
Oh yeah,
eight
Michael
plus.
Shannon, amazing stuff. Yeah, yeah.
So when I got the call about this opportunity, they said, "Have you ever seen The Iceman?" I said, "I think I remember seeing the trailer. I don't think I watched the movie. The worst mistake I ever made in my life, watching that movie. I don't think I've ever told Ariel this because he's probably going to see it on this interview. Ariel, my agent, Jim Osborne, says you should watch The Iceman because Ariel is an incredible filmmaker. He's very intense. He's very well. I've heard the intense, talented cinematographer. You know, he knows how to perform. I've heard this stuff about other filmmakers. Josh, I swear, bro, I watched that movie, The Iceman. It was the most intimidating thing and the most intimidating choice I had ever made before starting a film with a filmmaker.
Wow.
Now, I know that sounds twisted. Why wouldn't you want to watch a movie, several movies about something that a director, because it's intimidating because my brain goes, yes, I can act. Yes, I've done, my resume is not to be questioned. I got it. Y'all are used to seeing Roman Pierce and Transformers and all that. That's a note and that's a color, as Shia LaBeouf would say. You got to give people colors.
Yep.
Right? Be the action star, be the movie star, do the drama, do the humor. You got to give people colors. And Shia LaBeouf says you should never give people the same color ever. Leonardo DiCaprio said never give people the same color, which is why he's never done a franchise ever in his life, which is why he's never done a sequel to anything he's ever done, because I have to give people colors and move on. I gave you yellow. Now I'm going to give you red and I'm going to give you blue. I love the Fast and the Furious, by the way. Look at my life. Anyway, I'm going to keep giving y'all the same color, whether you like it or not. Fast and the Furious 10 is coming. Anyway, so Ariel Roman intimidated the shit out of me. But something else happened at the same time. I am now post John Singleton, post the trauma of losing Johnson. And then I'm thinking to myself, if I wanted to, quote unquote, get into my Martin Scorsese, Leonardo bag and keep doing movies over and over and over with the same filmmaker, that was John Singleton for me.
Yeah.
We did Four Brothers. We did Baby Boy with Ruth Carter, who's now won 2 Oscars. My baby, I love you. Right? The Black Panther stylist. Baby Boy stylist, Four Brothers stylist, Ruth Carter. She did Malcolm X with Spike Lee. Legend. Yep. John Singleton is gone. The voice of South Central is gone. That's the guy who put me on. So fast forward, not only is Ariel Roman a Decepticon who's not from South Central at all, the furthest thing from it, but my agent make me watch The Iceman before we start filming. And I said to myself, yes, I'm talented. Yes, I've been doing this. Yes, I've done the dramatic thing, blah, 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 blah. Will I do anything in this movie as an actor that's going to impress this guy? Can I do anything in this movie that's going to make his eyebrow go up and go, oh my God? After watching The Iceman. Bro, do you have any idea?
It's what you got. Yeah.
So now we're on the set. We shoot a lot of the movie in Bulgaria. We shoot between Bulgaria and LA for budgetary reasons, not the location. And I'm on the set. And he's charming and charismatic, but he's uncomfortable to be around and to work with because he's so fucking intense. And he does this. Oh, action. And as he's sitting on the other side of this monitor, And he comes out of the elk of the Iceman with the entire cast of the Ice. Like he says, action, cut, check the gate. Can I earn my check to gate? Will I ever do anything to earn my check to gate? I'm talking about a check. The magical word that every actor wants to hear on the set is check the gate.
We're moving on. Moving on. We got it.
we got the shot. We got the scene. Moving on.
Yeah.
And Ariel is crazy. He'll do the shit over and over and over until we got it.
Right.
Did we get it? And will we ever get it? In my mind, because of the world that he comes from, a pedigree of actors. So every compliment, everything he said, that was great. Oh man, you're killing it. I was on the set like, really? Do you really feel that way about what I'm doing in this movie when you come from that pedigree of filmmaking with actors? So I'm very lucky to have taken this journey with Ariel Vroman and being insecure and uncertain about how I can continue doing things that represent where I'm from.
Yeah.
And I don't have John Singleton. F. Gary Gray directed Fast 8, but I've never worked with F. Gary Gray before Fast 8. And we're both from South Central. He did all the Friday movies, you know? Never worked with F. Gary. Never worked, you know, Fuqua. Skip, fast forward. All the Black directors who film movies from South Central, we skip over all of them, and then the Decepticon walk in named. So imagine my life, bro. Like, I'm on the set like, wow. And here's the thing. Please, Ariel, please don't come to South Central LA and mess this up.
It's a lot on his shoulders.
The sensitivities of not being from Brooklyn to go and to do a film about the mafia or anything that has to do with Brooklyn or the Bronx or Philadelphia. You're not from here. The pressure to get it right must have been monumental and very significant for Ariel. Yeah. So, but he got it right. And he pulled everything out of all of us. And we were uncomfortable the whole time. And now we're on the set with Ray Liotta. He doesn't talk to us. He's not hanging out with us. He's not trying to befriend us and crack jokes. When he was in his chair, going over his dialogue and his scenes, he had the high chair from the movie set, right? And he had a little light on his armrest. And the little light was like hanging over like this. And he would be in areas where there's no light. He wants to sit in the dark, and the only light you've seen of his face and him going over the script was from the little light that was attached to his chair. Hey, Ray. Wait up. Oh, man, he don't like me. Hey, how you doing, Ray? No, but Ray Liotta, sir. Pleasure, man. Good to see you today. All right. Okay. Totally in character. Totally committed to the discomfort that he brought in this film, which made us uncomfortable, which was the point of the movie.
Oh, a beautiful thing to see. And a great, look, obviously, rest in peace, Ray Liotta, one of the greats, but like to the end, delivering just like no one like him, truly.
Happy, Sad, Confused is sponsored by BetterHelp. Look, we all have those non-negotiable self-care routines, right? Whether it's watching a silly TV show or going to the gym or spending time with friends and family, these things that seemingly are so important that make us feel safe and happy and secure. Those are no-brainers, right? But sometimes we just don't even have time for those things that seemingly are non-negotiable. But even when you feel like you have no time for yourself, non-negotiables like therapy are more important than ever. I've benefited from therapy, friends and family have. That's why BetterHelp is such an important sponsor for Happy, Sad, Confused. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your very busy schedule. All you have to do is fill out a brief questionnaire, you get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. They make it so easy. Never skip therapy day with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/HSC today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/HSC.
I want to take a step back and talk about something that you kind of brought up already, which is like the glorious benefits of Fast, of Transformers, and yet the ambition to do other things. Like, I don't know, because I again, we talked a lot over the years, and I remember, like, you know, you went all out for Tarantino, you wanted Django, you wanted Green Lantern. There are things you've wanted. Have you felt in a weird way you've been boxed in by
Yes.
franchises?
Yes.
And what do you do about that? What do you do?
You want to know what John Singleton said to me before he passed? Like probably 6, 7 months before he passed. You're missing your mark. We started something. We're going down the road of drama and dramatic. And you made a pivot. And you made a pivot for the good. You know, like, it's not that often at the time. I know you guys are used to seeing every race and nationality imaginable on every poster now. You know, Fast and the Furious started, so we normalized diversity in Hollywood and took it to a global stage. You know, I was in Too Fast, Too Furious. They had already done bonkers in the box office with a cast that pretty much no one knew. Right. And it represented every color, because everyone deserves to go to a movie and see someone on the screen that looks like them. And they were way ahead of the game. And I was lucky to jump on the train for part 2. And we've been doing this now for 20 plus years. But at the end of the day, the money that's being made, the global impact, the diversity, the funny, the humor. I have a movie that I'm a part of that's in over 200 languages. And I'm never going to meet and be able to shake the hands of everyone who has ever loved Roman Pierce before I take my last breath, which is hopefully no time soon. So imagine my mama gave birth to me, and now my movies and my jokes and the things that I'm saying in these films are being translated in over 200 languages around the world. And everyone knows who I am, this little black guy from this little small place called Watts. You have any idea what that does to your mind, to just know, like, even when you're sleeping, somewhere in the world, someone's watching one of your movies. So with that being said, that's also a huge Achilles. If that's the right word, like, that is
it's hard to dislodge that from the brain, because it's such a powerful cultural impact.
And I have been doing it for so long. I have basically, without me knowing, typecast myself.
Right.
No, you're Roman. No, you're the guy from the Transformers. Okay, so now Jamie Foxx and Michael B. Jordan and Anthony Mackie, as far as the black actors that are in the dramatic space, the Denzel, you know, obviously Denzel, he's the GOAT, but these guys are the ones that always get the call.
Yep.
About drama. And I said to myself, you know what? I don't like this no more. I don't like this no more. I don't like this no more, not because I'm not feeding my family. I don't like this anymore because I'm not an option. I'm being so rich.
You're not on the list. You're on a different list now.
It has nothing to do with my talent.
Yeah.
It has something to do with, I keep doing this thing, right? Robert Downey Jr. feels the same way. Iron Man has made this man a gazillionaire, and yet there is no movies and no roles pertaining to what he's also capable of doing that he's getting the call about.
Yep.
And so now you have to make the hard pivot and now get on message about what you want to do. So John Singleton says to me, you're making a lot of money. We did Too Fast, Too Furious together. And now but you got to get back into this thing that we started, man. We got to get back into the dramatic space. And I said, man, that's crazy you would say that, because I'm very I don't want to say frustrated. I'm just irritated about not being the option.
Yeah.
Right? Or not being, not even the option, not being an option at all.
Let's have the conversation. Get me back in that room that I've got the chops.
Steven Spielberg, David O. Russell, Martin Scorsese, Antoine Fuqua, Ava DuVernay. Let's keep going. What's my guy? Revenant. I can't even pronounce his name.
Inarritu. Yep.
Okay. Let's go. Del Toro.
Come on.
Okay. Christian Bale. Okay. Guys, I'm sorry. I've been serving this the whole time. It's been 20 years of me serving. I got it. I put myself in. I got it. But guys, being funny all day doesn't come natural to me. I'm a Capricorn. We're intense.
That's the performance. You're seeing a performance. You think that's just being me?
Listen, when I do Roman, I got to take caffeine tablets, 5-hour energy drinks to find that guy. Because being in that happy Kevin Hart energy, 5-6 months is the most exhausting thing in the world. I have no idea how this man does this and keeps that high level of energy. I am literally, I'm not bipolar, but I am the extreme opposite of that level of charm and charisma and high level of energy all day. So when I have to do that, oh my God, that is so much more exhausting than rolling out of bed with my deep voice, letting my facial hairs come in and doing this intense dramatic thing. Now, I'm not saying that I'm your favorite dramatic actor, but I'm very capable. And I don't get the call. So Ariel Roman has done something for my life. I want to send some love to Colleen Camp. I'm sure you know her and love her. Colleen Camp just changed my life. She said, your life is never going to be the same. And I said, well, and then she went on and on about the performance and, like there's nothing blowing up. There's no special effects. There's no camera movement. There's no drone swooping in. It is just you, the camera, the drama, the intensity, the acting, and your life is never going to be the same. And I said to Colleen Camp, I don't know what you're saying. You're scaring me, but thank you. Because John Singleton told me to do what I'm now doing, and you're telling me that you've seen something in what I just did. And so whatever is the outcome, I trust in God. But I have to continue black and blue.
Yep.
Opposite Naomi. I gotta go.
It's finding the balance. It's finding, Fast will be there, and obviously it will continue to be there, but you gotta.
Not just Morbius, but Morbius with Jared Leto, the most intense actor ever, with Daniel Espinosa. And yes, the backdrop is action and special effects and all the stuff, but you gotta continue down this road and get away from just being the funny guy and giving us, the same red color. And so, yes, I'm excited. There's not been a movie that came out from the West Coast specifically since Straight Outta Compton, and you didn't know who anybody was in that cast. You knew who they were playing, but that movie went on to do over $300 million in the box office with no known actors playing the role, biopic of very famous, iconic figures from South Central, telling their story with a Black filmmaker and legend and F. Gary Gray. But this is the most diverse cast of any film to ever come out of South Central, including our Decepticon, Ariel Roman, who I love. And I want y'all to understand that whenever you see white people, I'm gonna be specific here, whenever you see white people in South Central LA films, they're police officers, doing really bad things to Black and brown people. Ray Liotta, Scott Eastwood, the brother who played Scott Eastwood's brother. Brilliant. He just did the Christopher Nolan movie. He's won 7 Oscars. I could not be more proud of being a part of a movie where there's a Black topic. There is the sensitivities and the triggers of what took place on this historical day, April 29th. But going back to colors, Sean Penn, Don Cheadle, Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood, Poetic Justice, Baby Boy, Straight Outta Compton, Snowfall.
Yeah.
Black, 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 brown, brown, brown. When you see white people, they're doing bad things to Black and brown people. And that is the capacity that you see white people in the hood. Right. Now there's a heist. Now, while everybody is distracted with the looting and the rioting, all the stuff, let's go break into this Amazon warehouse and get these platinum bricks. And wow, I'm so lucky, Josh. I'm so lucky to. John Singleton is so proud of me. I feel his energy right now.
It's good to look back at the roots and let them guide you, even if they're not around. And clearly, he's on your shoulder, so that's good. It's a good force to listen to. Contractually bound to ask you a little fast stuff because there is love there, and it's done a lot for you, and it's done a lot for millions and millions of people. There's going to be more. Of course, there's going to be more. And there's a lot of talk that it might be a little bit of a pivot, though. This kind of back to basics has been talked about. Maybe, I don't know, did it get too big? Is it time to kind of like, it's still always going to be big, obviously. These are big films. But what's the talk behind the scenes right now about what to do with the Fast movies as we head towards the end?
They are taking it back to the streets, taking it back to the basics, which the fans deserve. But
sorry, man, I know that was a big pivot.
it's all right. You that's why you're great, man. It's like, okay, let's get out of there. Let's get out of there. It's good. But yeah, 1992, man. I am.
Well, let's talk for a second more because it's important stuff.
It's okay, man. I listen. Fast and the Furious, Transformers, all of these franchise films changed my life, man. But I don't think Fast and the Furious is hurting. For any mentions, any references to dialogue and narrative around the biggest franchise in the world. And so I haven't read a script yet. I've talked to the director. I'm constantly in touch with Vin Diesel, and they do really well at keeping this franchise afloat. And the moment that I get the call, I'm gonna show up and try and do my job and hope that they are still happy with what I bring to the table. 1992. The scene with the police officer and my son that you mentioned earlier, it's not acting, it's reacting. I live in this Black skin every single day. And when I get pulled over, my question is, will I live to see another birthday? And you would think that the Rodney King happens because there wasn't no cameras. You would think that the Rodney King moment happened and everybody was asleep, so no one would have rolled out of bed and pulled out a big old huge video camera and start rolling with it sitting physically on their shoulder. The kids of today don't understand that there was no such thing as this technology that existed back then. There is no such thing at this point as a cell phone being created that doesn't have a camera phone with an 8K camera. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody's filming everything. And you have cameras and Google Maps and cameras everywhere in the world. You can literally type in something and the Google will take you to above planet Earth to go point out any and everything you want. This did not exist in 92.
Right.
So fast forward, we've been getting killed, brutalized, murdered, shot, stabbed, killed, excessive force murder. There was never body cams. So I'm going to continue to do what no one's going to notice because there is no footage to back up what they say. But this is what's scary, Josh. There's cameras now.
I know.
Everywhere.
And it doesn't matter. It doesn't seem to matter.
Does not matter.
I know.
So you think all of this Mississippi burning levels of racism that was on full display, right? Neo-Nazi, white KKK, all let's go crazy, burning crosses. There's no cameras. Let's hang black people from trees. No camera. Now there's cameras, and they're still doing the same thing that's been going on from the beginning, and they don't care that it's being filmed. I'm about to George Floyd, and y'all can film all you want. And I got body cam footage that's filming me George Floyding, the whole putting the knee on the neck. I'm going to do everything. Rest in peace to that brother. But I am going to do what it is that I'm here to do. And what are you going to do about it? Film all you want. Do whatever you want. Snitch and tell. Send in the footage. Go viral. Post it on your Instagram all you want. I'm still going to do what it is that I'm doing. So imagine how much more dark and evil was done before camera.
In the shadows. Yeah, totally.
Versus what's still being done for everyone to see. And yet it has not became a demotivator. It's like, I want to do evil because I want to go viral.
Right. Well, this is the scariest shit for me now, for all of us, is like, I feel like everyone's emboldened not only to do horrible acts, to talk about it. I feel like it's cool. Be openly racist and horrible. Like, it's okay, apparently. And it's hard to maintain optimism. I don't know about you. I mean, look, one thing I respect is you've always been unfiltered, man, and you're very unfiltered on social media. And a lot of people, I'm sure, would tell you and do tell you, you can't talk like that. You're going to lose fans. You're going to lose followers. They're not going to follow you. I see the comments on your stuff sometimes.
Well, can I say this?
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to be known for my net worth before I take my last breath. They're probably not going to shout out the square footage of my house at my funeral. They're never going to make reference to the size of my rims or the colors of my seat. The things that they're going to talk about when I'm gone are the things that I was willing to address.
Yeah.
That I was willing to talk about. The things that I seen and heard and feel and felt, and I was willing to have the balls and the audacity to address it. Nothing changes when you sit in silence. Now, if you choose to be politically correct, if you choose to be quiet, if you choose to see what's going on in the world and stay at home and privately complain or keep it to yourself, then that's a choice that you're making. And guess what? Literally, that's not politically correct. You should stay out of politics. You should. Guys, I love you. I love you all. When you jump out there and you say something and you address an issue or a topic, you're supposed to be met with opposition because there's going to be people that don't see it that way and don't feel that way, and they don't represent that energy or the sensitivities of what you're addressing.
Yeah.
However, what's crazy is I'm actually not mad at anybody, Josh, who doesn't want to talk about things that's going on in the world. So why be mad at me because I'm willing to do so? Right? At the end of the day, what exactly is the point in using this and having this voice, this stage, and this platform? If every day I'm going to roll out of bed and just tell you about my latest trailer, my latest movie, and my latest album. Am I going to do that for the rest of my life? Just promote movies, TV shows, projects, and things that I'm trying to make money on? Because no one's going to care after you're gone. They're going to still listen to my music and watch my movies, yes, But what they're going to always make reference to is me constantly talking about the Lord Jesus Christ. Me saying that nobody deserves to be killed, harmed, beat down, thrown in jail because of their choice of sexual preference or lifestyle, because they were born Jewish, born Muslim, born Black, born Latino, decided, I want to become transgender.
Right.
This is what, talk about it.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about it, but people are still going to do what makes them happy. And are you really shooting up a synagogue while people are literally here praying? Are you really shooting up a mosque?
Yeah.
Are you really at war? Are you really funding a war? Are you really taking my hard-earned tax money and funding bombs and killing? It doesn't matter what the politics is, the reason they're doing it. It doesn't matter. I, Tyrese Gibson, work my butt off, and when I pay taxes, is there a box? You know how you die and they have a box on there on your ID that says you want to donate your organs, and they give you the option to say yes or no? Can there be a box that says that I am okay with spending my tax-paying dollars on funding unnecessary wars to kill innocent people? I got blood on my hands, bro, and I didn't ask for this. I would not make that choice to kill anybody because of their race, their religion, or their preference in life. So let me ask you a question, Josh, because I want to really put a button on who I am and who I've always been as far as being vocal and outspoken, which is why 1992 is a movie that I can't wait for the world to see, because I'm not acting. That's my life. I live that, still live that, and I lived that. I was born and raised in that. If I had to ask you a question, and I hope you pose this on your post. Josh, you genius. Sir, you're a genius. You're smart. You're great. Josh, when Dr. Martin Luther King was assassinated, what was his net worth?
I don't know, and I don't care. Doesn't matter.
I'm asking a question. What credit card was in Dr. King's wallet? Do you know?
I don't.
What was the size of his rims? Do you know?
I do not.
What was the square footage? Give me the square foot. Josh, you're a smart man.
Surely we know this. Yeah, no.
What was the square footage of Dr. Martin Luther King's house that he left right before he went to Memphis, Tennessee, and got assassinated at the Lorraine Motel? You're a genius, Josh. You're a smart man. Give me the answer.
Right.
Don't have it, right?
Yeah.
Because none of this shit matters. That's it.
That's at the end of the day. All that matters is
does not matter. Yeah. I'm giving you a compliment about who you are and how successful you are, because it's you that's doing the work. It's you that's a very special person. And as I sit back and I see your interviews and all the stars I'm like, of course, Josh is a good person. The doors are going to keep flying open for this guy. That's impact. You're being impactful without being political. You're being impactful without going down roads that certain people may choose to go down.
Right.
Be impactful and make your choice. And don't be mad at somebody who's ready and willing to talk about things or address things that you're uncomfortable with doing. And if you want me to continue doing the Fast and the Furious and say, just do that and stop talking about things that really impact people's lives every single day, I just want to apologize to you guys. You can Google it. You can look up on YouTube. I've been doing this since I was 8. I'm 45. The bigger my stage gets, the bigger my voice gets, the more I'm going to post and talk about things that matter. And if you ask me, that's what I would prefer my legacy to be. I'm in a house that's 25,000 square feet. Who cares? When did the square footage of my house stop people from being killed by police?
Yeah. keep talking about the stuff that matters, my friend. Keep doing the work that matters. We've had some wild chats over the years. This is a different one, and I love what we just experienced. This was a deep one, man, and I appreciate the trust and to go to some deep places. And it's special to see you so emotional talking about the legacy of Singleton and what he's meant to you, and how he continues to inspire, and even without him around in a physical form. And I don't know. I'm just grateful for you, man. I really appreciate your work always, and the time.
Well, I love you and I thank you for allowing me to use your stage and your platform to let the world know about this little bitty movie called 1992. It's coming out Friday, August the 30th. And I didn't know this, Josh, but it's a Labor Day weekend. It's a 4-day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And that's exciting. Can I show you something before you leave?
Yeah, I'm here.
But first, I got to tell y'all before you go, David Foster, the legend.
Sure.
47 Grammy nominations, 16 Grammy wins, Oscar nominations through the roof. Literally a genius. Is the executive producer of my overall Beautiful Pain album. No one in the world knows that until now. My album has 20 songs on it. And I'm about to release a song dedicated to my mother. And it's called Wildflower. And it's a song that David Foster wrote, produced 50 years ago, this year. And it's called Wildflower. And it's dedicated to my mother, rest in peace, who passed away 2 years ago. And David Foster, along with my producer, Brandon Bam Hodge, we have a double album, 20 songs. The whole album is live. No beat machines came out for this. And we're dropping the album on the same day as 1992. I am stressed, sir. If you go to Tyrese.tv, you could be a part of literally the most important album I've ever done in my life. I can't believe my life, Josh. David Foster is the producer of Beautiful Pain. Beautiful Pain is about my divorce, and it's about me finding love again. It's about me discovering the beauty in my pain. It is the most vulnerable, the most honest. I am announcing this on your platform first. David Foster is the executive producer of my 20-song vulnerability album called Beautiful Pain.
This is what you continue to do personal work. They come out that you associate with the best. Oh, you always have.
I wasn't even willing to go in the studio to record.
Yeah.
Unless I can record from a real place, because I'm not motivated by money. Come on, man, you can't let this much time go by. So I woke up to an unexpected divorce. We're not going to use the rest of this interview time to talk about that. Go online and look up Tyrese talking about divorce. And I got about 10 interviews going all out, explaining everything about how that entire divorce caught me completely off guard and still impacts me to this day. But for David Foster to say, I've been through a divorce. I know what it is to lose everything, because we don't equate our world and everything to money. We equate our world to family, wife, kids, and what we do every single day. Because when you're popular, you're not trying to win the popularity contest. Hold on one second. Let me show you this. Let me show you this on the way out.
This could be anything. This could be an Autobot head. This could be a Grammy. I don't know what I'm about to see. An Oscar.
Oh my God. I'm about to show you something. Stay right there, Josh.
I got nowhere to be. This is my evening.
Right there, Josh. You don't go nowhere. Oh my God.
No one is leaving.
What I'm about to show you. You have no idea what's coming. This is
having palpitations.
Wild. Oh my God. All right. Here we go.
Here we go. Drum roll.
Thank you, John Singleton.
Tupac? Oh my God. Context. Give me something.
I met Tupac 4 months before he passed.
And Tupac was the role, baby boy role, wasn't it? That was
Baby Boy
yeah.
was written for Tupac by John Singleton, which is why the Tupac mural was in my bedroom on my whole wall.
Right.
Yeah. John Singleton.
John Singleton, rest in peace. He's the
guru, the Don, the guy. David Foster, the Don, the guru. That Tyrese.tv, Beautiful Pain. And I dedicate every interview that I do, because I don't sit at this computer until I do interviews on Zoom. And guess who's right in front of me?
Paul O is, of course.
Right? So where's your motivation to get up every day and do the best you can? All you got to do is open your eyes and look around. And the things that do it for you may not do it for others. But I want to tell everybody watching this interview, wake up every single day and do the best you can. And just know, and this might put you under a lot of pressure, the world is literally going to stay the same until you decide to help change it.
Guys, you just got like a dozen truth bombs from Mr. Tyrese Gibson.
Do something.
Yeah.
Okay. It's uncomfortable to be a bald eagle. It's more comfortable to be a pigeon. Okay. Because they fly in packs. The bald eagle is out there saying, I don't know where I'm going, what's going on, but I am by myself, and it's lonely. It's uncomfortable. It gets windy sometime. There's the highs, there's the lows. My life is at stake every single day. I'm constantly in swivel, and I can't eat until I kill. Wake up every day and be a killer without being a killer. Kill the visions. Write that script. Do it. I love what your net worth is. There's only one Elon Musk. There's only one.
Yeah.
The billions of dollars that they have represents what's possible.
I'm motivated.
Man, it's possible to have that kind of money and be one person? Yes, it is. It's not normal. And that might not be your story. So whatever your net worth is, be like Josh. Be impactful. 1992 is in theaters Friday, August 30th. Thank you to Lionsgate. Thank you to Adam Fogelman. Thank you to Lionsgate for believing in the little engine that could. Thank you to Ariel Vroman. Rest in peace to Ray Liotta. Scott Eastwood, I love you. Thank you to my son in the movie, Christopher, who was brilliant and made me step my shit up because he's so dope and he's young. And thank you to Colleen Camp, who has seen everything on all levels and said some words that I'm not going to repeat about my performance and what's about to happen in my life. And I don't know what's about to happen in my life, but I just wanted to make John Singleton proud. And I'm still to this day confused about the Decepticon named Ariel Roman.
John is proud. We are all proud of you, buddy. Everybody's got a busy Labor Day weekend coming up between this film and Beautiful Pain.
Shout out to Snoop Dogg. Let's go, baby. We ain't done it. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. They don't like us. They don't like us. The biggest song in the world. But that's not a movie. That's a song. That's a rapper from Compton, one of the homies, 17 Grammys at home. But if They Don't Like Us is billions of streams, and it was a movie called They Don't Like Us, so the success of Kendrick Lamar has created a groundswell of energy anticipating the only movie coming out of the West Coast about a Black and brown historical event that took place on April 29th, 1992. We're coming, baby. Friday, August the 30th, in theaters. And oh my God, something is about to happen. I feel it. John Singleton, I love you. Ariel Vroman, I love you. Josh, I love you. Come with me, Mary.
Next time in person, buddy.
Come with me. Hell yeah. I love you, man.
All
Thank
right,
you.
buddy. Thank you. You're the best.
And so ends another edition of Happy, Sad, Confused. Remember to review, rate, and subscribe to this show on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. I'm a big podcast person. I'm Daisy Ridley, and I definitely wasn't pressured to do this by Josh.